There is a way to step into any room and make people notice you without a single word. A way to command attention, shift the mood, and bend people's reactions, all through something invisible, your aura. Most people think power is about wealth, connections, or physical dominance. But Machiavelli knew better. He saw that real power rests in perception, in the psychology of presence, and in the energy you radiate before you even speak. This wasn't theory for him. Machiavelli lived in a brutal world of betrayals, wars, and shifting alliances. He studied why some leaders were feared and respected while others were forgotten. He discovered that aura, the silent force that wraps around a person, could inspire loyalty or obedience without force. A prince without gold or armies could still hold power if people believed in his strength. That belief was his weapon.
Modern psychology agrees. Researchers have proven that within seconds of seeing you, people decide whether you're a leader, a threat, or someone to ignore. They don't base this on truth, but on subtle signals, your posture, your tone, your gaze, even your stillness. Machiavelli warned that men judge more by appearances than by reality. If you control what they see, you control what they feel. And if you control what they feel, you guide what they do. But here's what most people miss. Machiavelli didn't say aura should only be built on fear. He understood balance. Too much fear invites rebellion. Too much love invites weakness. The aura that truly bends people is forged from both. Strength that intimidates and composure that reassures. It's the paradox of seeming untouchable yet dependable. That tension is what makes people yield to you. In this video, you'll learn how to craft that aura for yourself. You'll see how to guard your reputation like armor, why moving slower makes you seem stronger, and why silence often carries more weight than endless words. You'll uncover psychological tactics hidden in history, from rulers who mastered perception, to experiments proving how a simple gaze can change behavior. These aren't tricks for one moment. They're tools to reshape how the world responds to you every day. So stay with me until the end. I'll not only reveal Machiavelli's timeless strategies, but also give you practical steps to start shaping your aura right now. By the time this video is over, you'll understand why true influence never chases approval. It makes approval chase you. Welcome to Psych Algorithm. If you're ready to master presence, unlock hidden truths of power, and build an aura so strong it bends the world toward you, then subscribe now. This is where your transformation begins. Before we talk about the secrets of bending people to your will, we first need to understand what this thing called aura really is. It sounds mysterious, almost magical, but it's actually something very real. Aura in this context isn't about glowing lights or mystical forces. It's the presence you carry, the invisible signal you send into the room the moment you arrive. It's a mixture of energy, perception, and unspoken power. People can't always explain it, but they feel it. They notice when someone has it, and they notice even more when someone doesn't. Think of aura as the sum of how others experience you before you open your mouth. It's in your posture, in the way your eyes rest on someone, in the way you breathe. It's the calmness that steadies the air, or the intensity that sharpens it. This is why two people can say the same words, but only one is listened to. The difference is not in the words. It's in the aura that wraps those words. But aura is not the same as charisma, even though people often confuse the two. Charisma is the ability to charm, to make people like you, to draw them in with warmth. Aura goes deeper. Aura isn't about being liked. It's about being felt. A charismatic person might win your heart, but a person with aura bends your respect. Charisma makes you smile. Aura makes you pause. Charisma wins friends. Aura shapes followers. Both have their place, but aura has a weight that charisma alone can never carry. Now compare aura to dominance. Dominance is about force, about showing you're stronger, louder, harder to push around.
A dominant person may win in the short term by overpowering others, but that kind of power often fades when real resistance appears. Aura doesn't need to shout. It doesn't need to prove. Aura carries dominance without aggression. It makes people sense strength without a fight. Where dominance says, "Fear me because I'm louder," aura whispers, "Respect me because I am unshakable." There's also prestige, another quality often mistaken for aura. Prestige comes from achievements, from visible success, from status. A famous scholar, a celebrated artist, a wealthy entrepreneur, their prestige is tied to what they've done or what they own. Aura, however, can exist even without those trophies. A person may walk into a room without money, without recognition, without a list of titles, yet still silence the air. That's aura, power that isn't borrowed from objects or records, but radiates directly from the person themselves. Machiavelli understood this distinction better than most. He lived in a time when wealth shifted, armies changed sides, and fortunes rose and fell overnight. He saw how men who relied only on brute force or ul often lost everything when the tide turned. But those who mastered perception, who built an aura of strength, control, and inevitability, could endure even when stripped of resources. To Machiavelli, power was never just about oaths or soldiers. It was about belief. If people believed in your strength, they followed. If they believed in your weakness, they abandoned you. In The Prince, Machiavelli warned leaders that appearances mattered more than reality. People don't dig deep into your soul to understand who you are. They judge quickly, and they judge by what they see. He wrote that men in general judge more by the eye than by the hand. In other words, they care less about your inner truth, and more about the image you project. To survive, to lead, to bend others, you must master that image. You must craft an aura that hides your doubts and amplifies your strength. This is why aura is not an accident. It is built deliberately and carefully. A ruler, a leader, even an ordinary person who wants influence, must decide how they want to be seen. Do they want to be feared, loved, respected, or trusted? Once that decision is made, every gesture, every silence, every action must align with that chosen image. Machiavelli knew that a prince who looked weak, even for a moment, risked losing loyalty, but a prince who projected certainty, even while facing chaos, inspired followers to hold firm. Power, then, is not brute strength. It is the art of perception. It is the strategy of controlling how others experience you. Force may win a battle, but aura wins the war of reputation. And reputation, once built, can defend you even when you are absent. People will speak of your presence. They will protect your name. They will believe in your strength, because you have shaped what they see and feel. That is Machiavelli's psychology of power, not raw domination, but the mastery of aura, reputation, and the invisible energy that bends others before you ever raise your hand. Why does aura matter? Because before you speak, before you explain who you are, before anyone knows your story, they have already decided what you are worth. That decision is not made with logic. It is made in seconds, by instinct, by perception. Psychological studies confirm this. The human brain forms judgments in the blink of an eye. Confidence, posture, and presence register faster than words. Someone who appears powerful is treated with more respect, given more trust, and allowed more influence, even if their actual skill or knowledge is no greater than the next person. That is why aura is not decoration. It is survival. Think of first impressions. When you meet someone new, their eyes scan your body, your face, your movements. Without realizing it, they read your posture, the way you hold your shoulders, the steadiness of your gaze, the tone of your voice. If you appear grounded and certain, their brain codes you as competent, even before you prove anything. If you appear nervous, twitching, or unsure, their brain codes you as weak, even if you secretly have talent and wisdom. This judgment affects everything that follows. Whether they listen to you, whether they give you opportunities, whether they obey you or dismiss you. Aura, then, is not just a feeling. It is the gateway to how others decide to treat you. Nonverbal cues matter more than most people admit. Imagine two men in a negotiation. One slouches, avoids eye contact, and speaks too quickly. The other sits upright, speaks slowly, and pauses before answering. Even if their words are identical, the second man seems more powerful. His aura shifts the balance. People lean toward him, not because of logic, but because their instincts respond to his signals. Machiavelli understood this long before psychology put it under a microscope. He saw that humans are guided not by truth but by appearances. The prince who masters aura rules more effectively than the prince who relies on force alone. The benefits are obvious. Aura earns respect without demanding it. It builds influence without begging for it. It smooths social navigation, making others open doors and lower their guard. It allows a person to lead without undance explanation. Leaders with aura are followed because their presence makes others feel both fear and safety. They project certainty in uncertain times. They hold calm when others panic. They bend the behavior of groups, simply standing firm. And once people have felt that kind of aura, they remember it. Reputation grows, whispers spread, and soon the person does not need to prove anything. Their aura walks into the room before they do. Machiavelli saw reputation as the foundation of all power. Reputation is everything, he warned. Guard it as if it were your fortress, because once it is destroyed, real strength no longer matters. A man with armies but a ruined reputation will not be trusted. A man with little wealth but a powerful reputation will be feared and respected. Reputation becomes a shield, a weapon, a currency, but it is fragile. It must be built carefully and defended relentlessly. Aura feeds on reputation, and reputation feeds on aura. Each strengthens the other. Another principle from Machiavelli is the appearance of strength. Even when you feel weak inside, you must project a decisiveness. Hesitation invites attack. Uncertainty creates doubt. People do not see into a heart. They only see your signals. If your signals show strength, they believe you are strong, even if fear is eating you inside. If your signals show weakness, they will doubt you, even if you have power hidden in reserve. To Machiavelli, appearing strong is often more important than being strong. Aura is perception, and perception is reality in the eyes of others. Timing is another weapon. Machiavelli taught that knowing when to act and when to remain silent separates the wise from the foolish. An aura of power is not about constant motion. It is about control of rhythm. Speak too often, and your words lose weight. Act too quickly, and you appear reckless. But hold silence when others expect you to speak, and your silence becomes thunder. Act at the precise moment when hesitation surrounds you, and your decisiveness appears legendary. Aura grows not from endless action, but from mastery of timing. Then comes the eternal question Machiavelli posed. Is it better to be feared or loved? He answered that it is safer to be feared, but a leader must never be hated. Aura uses both forces. Fear creates boundaries. People think twice before crossing you. Love builds loyalty. People support you willingly. A balance of fear and love makes aura magnetic. Too much fear and you breed rebellion. Too much love and you breed weakness. The prince who knows when to lean on fear and when to lean on love has an aura that bends people without resistance. Modern psychology provides tools to amplify this aura. Body language is the first. The way you hold yourself speaks louder than words. Straight posture signals confidence. Eye contact shows certainty. Slow, deliberate movement creates authority. A person who moves too fast appears anxious. A person who moves slowly but with intention appears in command. These are subconscious signals, but they change how people feel around you. Voice tone and pacing are just as important. A deep, calm voice relaxes others and inspires trust. A rushed, nervous tone creates doubt. Pauses between sentences give weight to your words. People lean in to hear you. This is why the most powerful leaders rarely rush. They speak with gravity, making every word feel chosen. Aura grows in the spaces between words as much as in the words themselves. Emotional control is another pillar. People respect those who remain composed under pressure. Anger, panic, or desperation leak weakness. Calmness, even in crisis, builds aura. If others see you as the one who stays steady while chaos rages, they will treat you as the natural center of gravity. Machiavelli would say, "Control yourself first, then you can control others." Self-awareness deepens aura. To project power, you must know your own strengths, weaknesses, and triggers. Without self-awareness, aura becomes brittle. The more you understand yourself, the harder it is for others to manipulate you, and the stronger your presence feels. Machiavelli admired rulers who could see themselves clearly, adjust their behavior, and shape their aura deliberately. But aura is not only built on techniques, it demands mindset shifts. Most people are trapped by approval seeking. They crave acceptance. They fear rejection. This weakens aura. To build true presence, you must move from approval seeking to self-reliance. The one who does not beg for validation radiates confidence. Another shift is from reactive to proactive. Those who merely react events appear powerless. Those who set the rhythm, who move first, who define the frame, they project control. Aura is not passive, it is active, shaping the environment rather than being shaped by it. Embracing discomfort is also key. Growth comes through tension. A person willing to stand in discomfort without breaking projects. Resilience. Aura is forged in fire. When others avoid stress, you face it. That willingness to sets you apart. And yet, aura is not about pretending to be something you are not. Authenticity matters. Pretending without substance eventually cracks. But raw authenticity without strategy can appear weak. The balance is to shape an image that is authentic, yet refined. Machiavelli never encouraged complete deception, only the careful management of appearances. The most powerful aura is both real and deliberate. To maintain aura, daily habits matter. A morning routine grounds your confidence, whether through meditation, reflection, or physical preparation. Rituals anchor your state of mind. Starting the day with control sets the tone for how you project yourself. Learning and growth feed aura as well. Knowledge is invisible, but it radiates in how you speak and act. Reading history, strategy, and psychology gives you tools others lack. Machiavelli himself drew from the lessons of Rome and Florence, turning them into principles of power. A mind sharpened daily builds an aura that others can sense, even if they cannot name it. Reflection and feedback strengthen aura further. Examining how others perceive you, adjusting your presence, and refining your reputation keeps aura alive. Power fades when it becomes blind. Self-reflection keeps it sharp. And of force, physical fitness and health play their role. Energy levels shape presence. A tired body weakens aura. A strong, healthy body supports confidence. Machiavelli valued discipline in rulers, for discipline radiates outward. The one who masters himself projects the energy of mastery to others. Aura matters because humans are creatures of instinct, perception, and emotion. Machiavelli saw it in the courts of Florence. Modern psychology proves it in laboratories. The presence you carry shapes how the world bends around you. And those who master aura, those who build reputation, control timing, balance fear and love, refine body language, voice, and mindset. Become the ones who bend people not through force, but through invisible power. Aura is the currency of influence, and those who invest in it never walk unseen. How do you actually use aura when you are face to face with people? It begins the moment you enter a room. Most people drift in unnoticed, blending into the background. But someone with a strong aura shifts the atmosphere without effort. The way you walk, the way you hold your body, the way your eyes travel across the space, all of it tells a silent story. Machiavelli would say that men judge first by what they see. If you enter with shoulders steady, movements calm, and expression composed, others sense control before you speak. Do not rush, do not fidget, do not dart your eyes nervously. Instead, allow silence to accompany you. The weight of that silence commands more than noise ever could. When you speak, aura flows through rhythm. Too many rush their words, spilling sentences without power. The one who masters aura speaks with control. Pause before answering. Let your silence make others lean forward. Tease words carefully, never flooding the air. A short, deliberate sentence often has more force than a long explanation. Machiavelli observed that rulers who spoke too often revealed weakness, while those who kept their words measured seemed unshakable. Speaking less but with certainty makes people assign more value to each word. It is not what you say alone, but how much gravity you give it. Listening is a weapon of aura as well. Many think power comes from dominating the conversation, but true aura grows from restraint. By allowing others to speak freely, you not only learn their intentions, but also increase the at of your own voice. A ruler who listens carefully, then speaks briefly, carries more influence than one who interrupts and argues. Silence in the right moment can make others uneasy, force them to reveal more than they intended, and prepare the ground for your words to land with force. When your silence is powerful, your speech becomes unforgettable. Conflicts are the true test of aura. In heated moments, most lose composure, raising voices or showing aggression. But aura is revealed in calmness. The one who sets boundaries without anger, who holds sodi while others rage, becomes the anchor in the storm. Machiavelli would remind us that fear is useful, but hatred is dangerous. A calm firmness creates fear of crossing you, but without inspiring hatred that leads to betrayal. When others see you cannot be shaken, they feel smaller in comparison. The conflict becomes your stage, and your aura writes the outcome. Yet aura is not without dangers. The temptation to overuse it, to bend others through constant manipulation, leads to coercion. Machiavelli warned that cruelty must be used carefully, never in excess. The same is true of aura. Push too hard and people feel trapped, controlled, and eventually rebel. Aura should bend, not break. Its strength lies in subtlety, not domination. Another danger lies in coldness. Some, in the pursuit of power, become unkind, stripping away humanity. But aura without warmth breeds isolation. A leader feared but not respected may hold power briefly, but will lose it when loyalty fades. Machiavelli knew that a ruler who becomes hated cannot last. Aura must carry strength, but also restraint, a touch of empathy that prevents resentment from turning into rebellion. Reputation, again, is the fragile heart of aura. If your aura is built on lies too far from reality, trust will crumble. Once people sense your image is fake, your presence loses all weight. Aura is not about pretending endlessly. It is about amplifying strength, masking weakness, but never creating illusions that collapse under scrutiny. Power without trust is brittle. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. Reputation must be guarded with action as much as appearance. Break trust, and your aura vanishes overnight. The balance of power and empathy becomes essential. Too much power without empathy breeds tyranny. Too much empathy without power bears weakness. Aura thrives in the tension between the two. A leader who can project strength, yet still recognize humanity, is the one who commands loyalty that lasts. Machiavelli himself wrote that it is ideal to be both loved and feared, though difficult to achieve. The aura worth building is one that bends people not only through fear of your strength, but also through faith in your steadiness. History offers clear examples. Consider Julius Caesar. He did not rise to dominance purely by armies. Many had armies. What set him apart was his aura. He carried himself with calm authority, spoke with controlled power, and projected inevitability. His reputation made his very presence enough to command obedience. Soldiers followed him through impossible campaigns because they believed he was unshakable. Even his enemies respected his aura, which lingered long after his death, shaping Rome's destiny. Caesar built aura by timing, by mercy when it served him, and by decisive action when it mattered. His balance of fear and admiration bent a republic into an empire. Now contrast this with someone like King Louis XV of France. He inherited wealth, armies, and a throne, but he lacked aura. His presence inspired neither fear nor respect. His words carried no weight. His lengths, no tension. He avoided decisive action, projected weakness, and allowed his reputation to decay. When crisis struck, he could not bend the people, because the people did not believe in him. Without aura, his power was hollow, and he fell not only from the throne but into the guillotine. His failure proves Machiavelli's point. It is not raw resources that hold power, but the perception of strength. So how do you begin to shape aura in daily life? Start with the body. Stand tall, move slowly, keep your gestures deliberate. Practice holding silence without fidgeting. Use a mirror. Record yourself and notice what signals you project unconsciously. Adjust them until your posture and gaze radiate calm certainty. Then, shape your voice. Read aloud, slowing down your sentences, lowering your tone, and inserting pauses. Record your voice and listen. Notice the difference between rushed speech and measured speech. Over time, you will train others to lean into your words, rather than talk over them. Next, test yourself in real situations. In conversations, practice listening longer than you usually do. Resist the urge to fill silence. Let others reveal themselves while you stay composed. When you finally speak, choose fewer fures but make them count. The contrast will make your voice sound stronger. Build reflection into your routine. After social interactions, ask yourself, how did people react? Did they lean toward me? Did they quiet down when I spoke? Did they defer to my signals? Aura is strengthened, observation and correction. Feedback from trusted friends can expose blind spots, letting you refine your presence further. Week by week, build habits that reinforce aura. 1 week, focus on posture. The next, focus on silence. The next, focus on voice. Layer these practices until they merge into natural behavior. Aura is not built overnight. It is forged slowly through repetition, until it becomes second nature. And finally, never forget the foundation. Reputation. Every action either strengthens or weakens it. Keep promises. Show decisiveness. Remain composed. Over time, your reputation will extend your aura beyond your presence. They will speak of you as steady, powerful, untouchable. That reputation will open doors before you arrive. This is the art Machiavelli saw. The psychology of power that makes others bend without realizing why. It is not magic. It is mastery of presence, timing, and reputation. Those who wield aura wisely become the axis around which others turn. Those who neglect it, no matter how much wealth or force they command, eventually fade into shadows. We have walked through what it means to use aura in social situations, not as some mystical gift, but as a craft that can be built step by step. We began with the moment you enter a room, but that first impression shapes everything that follows. Your posture, your stillness, your calmness all speak louder than words. Then we moved into speaking itself, showing how the pause, the deliberate choice of words, and the control of rhythm give your voice weight. From there, we shifted into the power of listening, reminding you that silence isn't empty. It is one of the most forceful tools you can use, because it compels others to fill it, while making your eventual words feel heavier. We looked at conflict, where the test of aura is most visible, and saw how calm firmness beats aggression every time. And then we explored the pitfalls. What happens when aura becomes manipulation, when it turns cold, or when it loses credibility? Finally, we tied it all together with history, showing how great figures like Caesar built aura to change the fate of nations, while weaker men lost everything because they never understood how perception governs power. But here is the truth that matters most. Aura isn't magic. It isn't something you are born with, and others are not. Aura is practice. Aura is self-discipline. Aura is perception. If you train your body to hold composure, if you train your voice to slow down, if you train your mind to stay calm in storms, you build aura day by day. If you watch how others react, adjust your presence, and refine your signals, you craft the kind of silent authority that turns heads when you walk into a room. This is not about pretending to be someone else. It is about bringing out the strongest version of yourself and learning how to let the world feel it. So here is your call to action. Don't just watch this and move on. Pick one technique. Maybe today you decide to focus on entering a room with more presence, slowing your steps, holding your shoulders steady, letting silence walk in with you. Or maybe you choose to focus on your voice, inserting pauses so your words breathe with power. Or maybe you decide to try listening longer than usual, resisting the urge to fill every silence. Just one action, practiced with intention, will begin to shift how others respond to you. If you repeat it tomorrow and the next day, aura stops being a concept and becomes your reality. And remember this. Your aura is your silent authority. Once you own it, people will lean in, listen, follow, not because you force them, but because you compel them. That is the essence of true power. It is not about shouting. It is not about domination. It is about presence. When you master your aura, you no longer chase influence. It comes to you. If you found value in this, then show your support. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to our channel for more lessons on power, psychology, and presence. The work of building aura is never finished. It is a journey, and every step you take makes the silent force around you stronger. Your aura begins the moment you choose to practice it. So why not start today?